Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. We are discussing about the major content point, the concept of different units of different courses of MA education program of Indira Gandhi National Open University. We have already discussed three courses: MES-011, MES-012, and MES-016. Okay, MES-011 Understanding Education, MES-012 Education, Nature and Purposes, and MES-016 Educational Research. Today we will discuss the fourth course of the first year MA education program. The course code is MES-014 and course title is Societal Context of Education. So friends, we will start our discussion from the first unit of block 1 of MES-014 course. The course title is Societal Context of Education. This course discusses about how education and society is interrelated with each other, and how education helps to understand the society as well as for you can say for bringing changes in the society. Okay, so majorly this course is dedicated to understand the socio-political system, the socio-political perspective and context of education. And in this course, first unit, that is education and socialization. Okay, so you see the process of socialization, how the human child gets socialized, what are the, you can say, the stages of socialization, what are the different types of socialization, then further how education helps for socialization of the child. That is, these are the certain major content point of this unit. Then of course certain theories has been discussed, that is theories of socialization, Colles theory of socialization, Mead's theory of socialization, at the same time Freud's psychoanalytic theory of socialization. Okay, so that is also discussed in this unit. Freud's psychoanalytic theory of socialization. This has been here the explanations and descriptions are based on the process of socialization, but you will find in your third course, that is MES-013, that is the course is based upon the psychological perspectives. So there also you might have studied the Freud psychoanalytic theory. Okay, so here this has been explained at the context of understanding the social society and the process of socialization of the child. Then further, another important content point of this unit, that is the agencies of education. Okay, we have also discussed in our earlier program that especially in MES-011 understanding education. Okay, so that is the link course, as I have already explained when I was discussing MES-011. So here again with detail you will study about the agencies of socialization. What are the different agencies that work for work for providing education to the child, at the same time the agencies that works for socializing the child. So here we will discuss about one of the agency, that is family, then peer group, then school and mass media. So these four agencies of socialization that has been discussed in this unit. So friend, mostly the objectives, the learning outcomes that has been addressed in this unit, that is you will understand the concept of socialization. Then further you will be able to analyze the stages and types of socialization. Then further you will be able to discuss major theories of socialization, and you will able to describe different agencies of socialization. So these are the certain you can say learning objectives. Okay, so further let us try to understand the first teaching point, that is under the meaning and concept of socialization, that is stages of socialization. So friends, when we talk about the stages of socialization, mostly we focus upon the oral stage, the anal stage, the oedipal stage, and the adolescent stage. So here you see at every stage of life, if you'll discuss it in psychological perspective, okay, so you'll find that every stage a certain growth and development occurs. Okay, it may be physical development, physical growth, it may be mental development, then social development is also one of the aspect. So friends, you'll find that from the very beginning, from the very beginning of life, you can say from the very beginning of infancy, okay, towards adulthood, you will find that the human child passes with many stages of life. Okay, so you'll find that at the infancy stage, when the child is at the age of 1 or 2, you will find that mostly the child, the proper socialization that has not taken place at that time, and the child is mostly aligned with, mostly contact with the mother. Okay, so by symbol and by nurturing the child, by nourishing the child, you will find that the child gets a type of attachment with the family. Okay, not the family, attachment with the persons who are dealing the child, who are nourishing the child, who are taking care to the child, mostly the mother, you can say. So first of all, the process of socialization, you can say, though the child is not entered in the large society, large family group at this stage of infancy, but definitely when the child comes contact with mother, okay, so definitely a type of a process of socialization that also takes place. Okay, slowly the newborn child at this stage of infancy, at the age of few months or 1 year, you'll find that the child shows certain symbols, certain signals, certain affinity towards the mother. Means at the absence of the mother, you will find you will find that the child is feeling lonely, and many a time the child is crying. And when the mother is coming and sitting with him or her, and taking care of the child, you will find that the child stops crying. So that's why the fast socialization process of the child that start at the oral stage, means at the infancy stage. Okay, then further we can say the second stage, that is the anal stage. So anal stage means you will find that when the child is at the age of 3 to 5, okay, 2 to 5, you can say at this time, being the family member, being the senior of the family, we involve our child, we engage our child for learning different social, you can say, manner. At the same time, you can say the daily works, and how to bath, how to go toilet, at the same time how to brush. So such type of things, we teach, or at the same time we engage our children to do such things. So you can say many social activities that starts mostly at this stage of the anal stage. Okay, it means when after the infancy stage, when the child enter at the larger society, enter at you can say the larger community, the child starts to learn many things, learns many social things, means how to live in the society, and how to talk with other, at the same time how to manage the child. So you see, the child is not so grown up at this stage. Definitely the senior member of the family, the parents, at the same time the grandfather, grandmother, and siblings, they help the child, but at the same time the child observe many things in the family, how the things are going on. And at the childhood stage, further at the childhood stage, when the child enter, you can say, with the peers, with the groups, with the friends, they play together, they do many interactions, they do many social discourses, they do many social interactions. Okay, so their living horizon that extends. It means the child comes contact with many people, group of people. So here you'll find that when the child come contact with different group of people, different friends, play together, act together, do certain work in a group, so definitely the concept of socialization that also gets more rigid, that also get more concrete. Means the child by observing the behavior of the others at the time, behavior of other social members, social groups, the child also try to imitate such things, do such things in his or her life. Then further at this stage of adolescence, you will find that the child is grown up at this time. Social maturity, social development has social development has done with the growth and development, with the stages of the growth and development. And at that time you will find that the child independently they try to be social. Okay, so they observe the things, at the same time they also involve themselves in many social interaction, in many social activities, and independently they can also do many things. They can take the leadership, they can be the leader of the group, they can also guide the group, they can also guide the young ones. Okay, means those are junior to them, they also provide them certain advice, certain suggestions, what to do in different situations. So accordingly the process of socialization, you will find that it got more concrete at this stage of adolescence. So accordingly at different stages you will find that the process of socialization, or the child gets socialized. Then further, when we talk about the types of socialization, mostly in your unit, focus has been given on primary socialization and secondary socialization. Mostly it is two broad types of socialization. One is the primary socialization and other is the secondary socialization. Friends, try to understand what is primary socialization and what is secondary socialization. You see, primary socialization, which starts from the very beginning of the stages of infancy, means when the child comes contact with the family member, with the parents, particularly mother, then the siblings, then other members of the family. Okay, so you will find that the process of socialization it starts from the family. Okay, the member of the family they engage the child to socialize themselves and engage the child to do many social activities, to do many social dealings, maybe within the family, maybe outside the family. Okay, so primary socialization means you can say the things what the child primarily do, informally do. Okay, so when the child come contact with the member of the society, you will find that informally they understand many things, and by observing they also start doing the things. Okay, so it may be the society, it may be the family, the process of socialization which takes place primarily at the family and society, you can say that is the primary socialization. And secondary socialization, which is mostly formal in nature. It means when the child enter in the school system, enter in education. Okay, you can say in nursery school, then after in formal schooling, that is class 1 to formal schooling, that is primary education or elementary education, then further secondary education. Okay, so here you will find that when the child comes to the school, come contact with the child, so mostly they engage themselves in different group activities. Okay, so they sit together in a group, they work together in a group, and they work in many projects, many you can say group activities. At the same time, you will find that in the school system, in the colleges or in the educational, broadly in the educational institutions, you see the interaction which takes place. Mostly the major interaction is in a group, within the group, because the child most of the time the child spent in the school in a group. Okay, So he or she sits in the school, in the classroom in a group, then after do the activities in the group, come contact with the teacher, come contact with the friends, and come contact with others groups also in the school. So that's why when we talk about types of socialization, mostly two types of socializations we can say, that is primary socialization and secondary socialization. Primary socialization is mostly informal in nature, whereas secondary socialization is very much formal in nature. Then friends, further another teaching point, content point of this unit, that is education and socialization. So friends, when we talk about the process of socialization, how socialization takes place within the children, within the child, you can say that by observation the child gets socialized. By teaching of the senior member of the family, senior member of the society, the child gets educated, gets socialized. At the same time, you will find that when the child enter in the formal system of education, means when the child engage himself or herself in different educational activities, educational programs, and pursuing certain program, you can say, okay, and studying in the school, you will find that the process of socialization that has actually initiated from the family and from the society from the very beginning or at the very early stage of life, you will find that further at the formal system, at the formal circumstances, you will find that the process of socialization or the concept of socialization that gets concrete. Okay, so rigidly the child try to be socialized and engaged themselves in many social activities, maybe at school, maybe at family, maybe at society, maybe at the playground or at any places. So that's why we can say the process of socialization is not fulfilled without proper education. So that's why we can say education occurs in a society and therefore influenced by the society in which it takes place. Okay, so further you can say that school is one of the important social institutions that educate the child. Its role is influenced by that of others. Then further we can say that education has a social role and is involved in molding the future society. So friends, when we talk about education, mostly it is futuristic in nature. That means when the child engage themselves in educating, engage themselves in learning certain things, you will find that further the entire personality of the child that gets changed. So that's why education is as a tool, as an instrument that helps the child for socializing themselves. So that's why friend, here in this unit you will find that after the meaning and concept of the process of socialization, the stages of socialization that has been discussed, and in stages of socialization further different types of socialization that has also discussed, primary socialization and the secondary socialization, and further how education acts as a tool, as an instrument, or how education brings socialization or socialize the child. That is also another important aspect of this unit. So friends, we discuss about the concept and the other aspect of socialization of the child and how education helps for socializing the child. In our next program, we will discuss about the agencies of socialization. Thank you.